At Sierra, Steve discovered the best gifts at amazing prices for his whole family, which led to another discovery. Wrapping is the real sport. Discover great gifts at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Hey, Coulter, we have a job for you.
Send me the info. I'm here to help.
I have a picture.
Do you really? Get out.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I'm not bringing in. Another episode. Will be the episode of Higher Dimension. The whole thing on just Higher Dimension. That's gonna be the I like that. We did it already. How come I don't remember? Man, I'm getting old. Did I have my Tesseract in my hand?
Well, now we gotta do it again.
Updated. Which I took this from Thanos. Whereas I say, I developed a new instrument that can see in ways humans cannot. Oh my gosh, that opens entire world of investigation. Entire branches of science.
All right.
So it's Cosmic Queries.
Yes, it is.
The deep edition.
Deep.
Deep. I think
Right, guys, we're literally gonna enter
the same note,
Indiana
but I have more
right
to
now
the cavity
as we
resonance.
speak.
This is
You see that bridge ahead? When we pass that, we're gonna enter the infamous Indiana roads. What I mean by that is that Indiana roads are all full of potholes. They're up and down. You're gonna see right now. It's just gonna be hectic in like 4 miles.
How long do you think you can race watches? Wow. I mean, there's precedent.
Right now, we're in Ohio, and everything is smooth paved. As soon as we pass this bridge,
and that's
oh boy,
it was around 2 million years, something like that. And so we've been around.
A long way to go.
We have a long way to go. We've been around, a couple 100,000 years in our current anatomical form, Cro-Magnon form, right? And so that means we have a long way to go. But this presumes that the species is not smart enough to kill itself.
Well, then it's over. It was nice knowing you guys.
Yeah, we have invented multiple ways to kill ourselves.
Yeah.
And I don't think the elephants did, or, nobody else did this. Right? The mice, no, they're not killing themselves.
it's your time to drive.
Yeah, maybe cockroaches invented human beings. Well,
Because when everything's
enough
gone,
drive.
they're going to be the only ones left.
no, they don't have to invent us in the first place. What kind of reasoning?
Give me something to eat.
They want everything else gone. So they need us to build the structure with their breath and then we'll do it. I don't mind it.
Boy, you're gonna like this.
Perfect sense to me. Yeah. So I think what he's really asking is in your estimates, your safe opinion. I give it.
Alright, do you guys see this now? You see that road?
I give
Oh
it.
boy, it's gonna get worse.
That's funny. No, I think we're good. This is why many people want to become a two-planet species. Terraform Mars, send some humans there. So if something bad happens on Earth, we'll have humans somewhere else. Wow. That is not encouraging at all. Not for half the people who are on the planet. Yeah. So if an asteroid comes,
Give me that, huh?
AI will have to get down a hand. So I understand with a remnant for survival of the species. That is extraneous. I mean, that's something that's outside of our own destruction. And even though we could stop an asteroid, we know how. We can destroy the way.
Not passive or what?
We've got the resources. So we can stop even that from happening. So what's the example you're giving? So what do you mean? To stop the asteroid? No, so what I'm saying is, you know, will we ever be where the Buddhist the so-called monkey brain that causes us so much destruction now it does happen I've never heard of this the likelihood of you dying before maturity, so dying before adulthood, so just dying, at the hands of another human. From early days of tribal warfare to modern days of state-sanctioned global warfare. And what he found is that the likelihood of you dying in that way has been dropping ever since. So tribal warfare, you would kill maybe a third or half of the other tribe, or the entire tribe, and then you win and you get their land.
Oh boy!
The state surrenders before that happens.
What happened here, guys?
Saving the lives of the rest of the population.
Where's your phone?
If you look at, I did this just recently. You
There's
look at
13 minutes.
what countries have the greatest
Traffic.
percent of their population die in the Second World War. Was it Belarus? One of them is very high, like a third. Right? I forgot the exact numbers, but they're high. But they're not a half. And you keep going down,
Stop.
and you get to even combat Germany. These ones that are heavily bombed. Germany, Japan. A fraction of the total population. That is not how it used to end in tribal warfare. So, now consider that even so, during the Second World War, between 1939 and 1945, 1,000 humans were killed by other humans per hour. For every hour from 1939 to 1945. Is that going on today? No. No. We're really slipping. No, stop. So we really got to pick up our chickens just so we can. Right. So the point is, often that era is called the Greatest Generation, right? Well, because they fought, evil forces and this sort of thing. Although my father fought in a segregated army, so he's not thinking that was the Greatest Generation. He has other outlooks, other perspectives on that period. It's the second greatest. My point is the Greatest Generation the one where the fewest fraction of everyone dies out of hate? You might have a lot of hate, but if the number of people who die from it is lower than ever before, right, then this arc that you were hinting at, that maybe a next generation learns from the previous one, maybe that's going to work. Europe, with all of the turbulence and turmoil, they actually haven't been at war with each other for 70 years, right? Is there another 70-year period in the history of Europe where nobody was fighting anybody? I don't think so.
Not if Twitter has anything to do with it.
It's a moment. What you're saying is, imagine if Twitter existed
Back then,
oh my
let me
God.
tell you something. We wouldn't have stopped until everybody was dead. Like, people would have said, I surrender. A tweet would have gone out and be like, I take it back. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep fighting. I don't care.
I hate you more.
Right.
So maybe we are getting kinder and gentler. Time still needs to bear that out on a level that would please everyone. But I still worry that this primal brain will always segregate us all by some arbitrary factor and thereby justify doing harm to other groups.
Interesting. That's, I think you're right.
Who was the comedian? Was it Franklin Ajayi? One of these guys from the 70s.
Back in the day?
In the day.
Yes.
In the day. He was talking about who hates who in the world, right? And he said, read the papers, and what? In Northern Ireland, the Protestants and the Catholics are fighting each other,
Right.
and they're both white.
Yeah.
He said, you know I don't have a chance because I'm black.
That's funny. That's true. Yeah.
Right. If white people divide themselves up in that way,
Right.
two Christian communities killing each other,
Right. Yeah.
and they're both white and they're both Christian, and they're both,
It's over for you, brother.
it's over for everybody
Yeah,
else. If
exactly.
people can kill each other for those reasons, it's almost no hope in this world. So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sorry I don't have a good answer.
No, that was a pretty good answer. The answer is we're not going to make it.
I'd like to think we go thousands of years into the future and possibly outlive the sun. All right,
That'd be great.
but star hopping to other planetary systems.
That's, I'm just going to say that's the way it's going to end because I won't be here. So that's great.
Maybe. It has been said that the first person who will never die is now alive.
What? That's a well.
No, that's how you do it.
I know what you're saying.
So they get some new thing that makes you live an extra 50 years. So now you live to 150 instead of 100. And then somewhere in there, there's another thing we get. Now you can live another 200 years. So the 150 goes to 350. Now you can live 500 years. Now you go to 1,000. You can live 5,000 years. Now, so as we progress in our understanding of what ages you, if we can reverse that or prevent it from ever advancing, there's someone alive today who will benefit from it.
That's pretty cool. I like it.
So if that happens, you better find another planet.
This is true. Yeah. That's the premise of a show called Altered Carbon, where people actually take their consciousness and put it into what they call the sleeve, which is the body. So that's.
I think I voiced over the opening sequence to that show.
Oh my God! I think we had that conversation once where you told me that. Because I told you I was.
I don't remember if it was with the pilot or the other shows, but I lent my voice to the cause.
Nice. Wow. All right. Well, let's go to Joey 24, Joey Jr. 24. He says this personal question. Based on all your experiences and knowledge thus far,
Personal for me or for you?
personal for you,
Okay.
yeah, nobody asking me anything. He says, based on all of your experiences and knowledge thus far, what do you think the meaning of our human existence is? He just asked you what is the meaning of life according to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay. So in my next book, you never hear me plug my stuff.
I was going to say, here's the meaning of life right now. Plug your book when you get a chance.
There's actually called Letters from an Astrophysicist.
You know what? Yes.
Correspondence I've had with people who've had similar angst about their existence.
Well, it's not just the book. It's not about that.
No, well,
It's about all different kinds of letters.
All kinds of letters, but a very recurring theme is that people want to know the meaning of life and their significance of their life in this world.
Yeah.
And some of them come from religious angles, some are secular, but everybody's got this burning issue.
Yes.
So here's how I have dealt with it. Others will do it other ways.
Okay.
But here's how I deal with it.
I'm interested now.
Many people are in search of the meaning of life as though it's behind a tree.
Right.
Or a rock.
Right. Everybody knows it's in the floor.
In the back.
Exactly.
Near the paper clip and
You know, drunk drawer too. Not like a underwear drawer or something. You know that drawer where you go look for stamps and stuff?
Yeah, that's right. A junk drawer.
Junk drawer.
Everybody has a junk drawer.
Everybody has a junk
Near the kitchen somewhere.
Right.
So, if you are looking for meaning, you may never find it.
Ooh.
So instead, recognize that you have the power to manufacture. Create it within yourself. And that's what I do. My meaning for life is derived by several simple principles. Have I lessened the sufferings of others today? That brings meaning to me. Because that means the world is a little better off because I was in it today. Okay? If after your day is over, the world is worse off, you have subtracted meaning.
I should kill myself.
Oh,
At the end of every day, somebody is like, that mother. But go ahead.
So lessen the suffering of others in
All right.
some way.
Right.
Doesn't mean redirect your whole life, mind, body, and soul, but if you can help someone across the street, help an aging person, make a child laugh, just put a little bit of joy in the world to lessen the suffering. I also try to learn something every day.
All right.
Now, I like being a perpetual student, right? Most people hated being students. This saddens me. School's finished, and what do? You run down the steps. School is out forever.
Right.
School out for the summer. That attitude captured in that song is as though you don't want to be in school. And what's your only job in school?
To learn.
To learn. And somehow that's a chore.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for feeling that way. I blame
failure
the
of the
school system
Yeah.
for not instilling within us eternal curiosity, knowing that you'll spend more years of your life not in school than in school. And so if you have curiosity, you can be a lifelong learner.
That's right.
And so I want to lessen the suffering of others and make sure I learn something more about the world today than I did yesterday.
Nice.
And who's to say whether that extra increment of learning can help me be better at lessening the suffering of others. Ooh. So that is how I make meaning in life. And as a result, I own thousands of books. Thousands. And I read a little bit, I have a little stash near my bed, and I cycle them out. And every day I try to help. It's harder now because I get recognized, but I try to help people every day. Total stranger.
That's nice.
Yeah. So you can make meaning for yourself.
Yes.
Look for it, because you may never find it.
I'm going to say, as a philosophy, that's admirable.
That's in the book. I wrote that in the book.
Nice. That's
Thank you. Give me another question.
We got one more question.
Can we
coming?
fit it in this segment? Go.
All right, here we go.
What?
Ninja name. Okay, there you go. I think that's your name. Damn you, people.
Okay.
On Instagram says, I keep hearing the phrase, the vacuum of space.
Yes.
How exactly is it a vacuum?
Very nice.
That's a really good question.
Right. Okay.
Good
So
question.
when I was a kid, a vacuum was a physical object.
Yes, it was.
When I heard physicists speak of the vacuum of space, I just imagined all these Hoovers in the sky.
Right.
So I didn't know that a vacuum was a thing. Was a concept, and then you make a machine that duplicates that thing. I just didn't know that until I learned. Okay. So a vacuum is where there's basically no air. Okay. You can have objects there. But when we think of a vacuum, it's not a place where there isn't anything. It's a place where there's no air molecules moving, typically. All right. Generally, you can have some, and we would still classify it as a vacuum. Because you have to distinguish like a regular old vacuum or a perfect vacuum.
Right.
Now, you know what happens if there's an object and you take away all the air molecules? The object outgases. There are air molecules embedded in the surface of that object, and they start coming out. Then you heat it, it sends out more. It's very hard to make a perfect vacuum. Very hard. So, here's an old saying. Nature abhors a vacuum. These are people who've never been into space. Most of the universe is a vacuum. Nature loves a vacuum.
Nice.
Was I Trumpian there?
No.
Love.
Nature loves a vacuum.
A vacuum. So,
Preferably Trump vacuum.
Trump
Trump-ran vacuums. We suck the best.
There's another saying, there's no such thing as gravity, Earth sucks. You ever heard that? Okay. So, the point is, when there's a source of gravity, all the air wants to go to that source of gravity. And it leaves a vacuum everywhere else. So, a vacuum is simply where there's no air. And it's not anything deep. The odd thing in the universe is that you have places where gas molecules collect. Those are the unusual places in the universe. And they're called stars and gas planets. And the atmosphere is a rocky place.
Nice.
Yeah, so they have a vacuum. So Chuck, I want to put the closure on this vacuum. Okay. This is the third book I ever published.
Oh, okay.
Called Just Visiting This Planet.
All right.
And it's a collection of Q&A, I call it, with a pen name Merlin. People have fun doing postal questions. That's cool. It's collected, this is like decades old, but this is timeless content. Somebody asked about the vacuum.
50 feet, take exit 151 for US
So written
27,
here, go ahead,
just
please.
over.
I can't read otherwise.
Okay. Here we go.
Use any
The
lane to
best
turn slightly
vacuum
left
you will
on
find
Bridge
anywhere.
Municipal Airport.
Oh, there's no end to this traffic.
US 27 South, just
Do I
over.
go here? Or where do I go?
The best vacuum you will find anywhere, according to 4 out of 5 vacuum retailers and 5 out of 5 astronomers,
Use
is
any
the
lane
void
to
of
turn left on
intergalactic
US 27
space.
South, Chester Boulevard.
But we can then ask, is intergalactic space
That's a pretty
nothing?
truck, man.
No, it still contains
Space.
space.
Look where we're going. Look at that line.
If you feel
man. That
obliged
would
to
take
call
forever.
intergalactic space nothing, then you must invent a word
Well,
to
look,
refer to the
when we
region
merge back
outside
in
of
there,
the
it's still
universe.
gonna be. We'll go with the other.
In this location,
Other route, yeah.
where we
Go with that
presume
route
there to be no
until
space,
we reach.
there can be no
Here.
nothing. Wow. Let's call it. We're left with no choice.
I don't got time
Nothing.
for that. Look at the line.
Nothing,
A
nothing.
place where there's not even nothing.
It's the nothing,
Go.
nothing. Wow.
Use
Okay,
Ralph
I like
and
that.
bypass this.
So Chuck, you want some more vacuum talk?
Of course. I feel like you just showed up at my door and dumped some dirt on my car.
Continue on US 27 South.
More vacuum talk.
Okay, vacuum
So
talk.
it's death by black hole.
Right.
So in the chapter on being dense,
Okay.
that's named the
Something I
chapter.
know a great deal about.
Traffic.
The range of measured densities within our universe is staggeringly large. We find the highest density within pulsars, where neutrons are so tightly packed that one
Yo,
thin
look at that helicopter.
would weigh
It's
about as
carrying-
much
it's carrying
as
a
a
helicopter.
herd
Keep going.
of 50 million elephants.
50 million.
And then a rabbit disappears into thin air at a magic show. Nobody tells you that thin air
That's a helicopter he's carrying.
already contains over 10 septillion atoms per cubic meter.
West
Wow.
Industries Road.
Thin air.
Thin air. Right.
Okay.
Look at that guy.
The best laboratory vacuum changers can pump
Wow.
down to as few
Wow.
as 10 billion atoms per cubic meter. Oh, best vacuum.
That's the best vacuum.
In a cubic meter, 10 billion air molecules are still walking around.
Okay.
That was a
Interplanetary
good
space
video, bro.
gets down to about 10 million atoms.
What are you doing? I don't give a fuck about a video right
While
now. I'm
interstellar
gonna turn in that.
is as low as a half a million.
Tell me turn where. Fuckhead. See that? Give me that right now.
Work with nothing. Must be the
Traffic light.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto West Industries Road.
That's almost nothing.
At the light, turn right onto West Industries Road.
Right now, what's the priority in the field of space
Pretty big road.
search for life, search for potential threats of another kind of search? Or is there just no hurry with this matter? Oh, really? From Mexico. So what is it?
Hopefully it's fast.
You know my opinion? I got in a pivot. I got in a pivot.
All right, go ahead.
I want to do it all.
Why not do it all?
What and
All of the above.
all of the above. Because the moment you do this and not that,
Right.
and say, why do that, not that? It could be both that way, but maybe you don't know why you can't do that, or you want to do that. Some people want to do that. Here's what you do. You don't throw away just to know.
Continue on West Industries Road for 1.5 miles.
I want to visit this. I want to do things that are not just
west, turn right onto Williamsburg Pike.
Probably went fast. Probably went fast.
What are we going to do next in space? We let creativity and imagination, all those have a look up. Say, this is what I want to do. Because here you go. Two rockets.
That was a scam. That's why he probably got caught.
Okay, so it's not how far behind you, right? It's how far ahead. If God wanted us to explore space, he would have given us a moon. Okay? So that's what we're saying. That exploration is not astrophysicists' exploration. That one is people going to we build a rocket to go in. If you talk about astrophysics, you know how many stars the naked eye can see at night? More than I can. No, it's not 4,000. Oh, really? We're unaided. Binoculars, it's undefined. Okay.
You're good. Just follow your heart. Your heart will lead you to a better outcome.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Williamsburg Pike.
This is ever sit for. I don't know. I'm sorry. Whoever that is here, let me tell you something. The last time it's going to be asking you a question, all right? Because you know what your name is. I'm going to call you George. All right? So George wants to know, what is the shape of space itself? That's a good question. Well, space can be curved in the presence of matter or energy, as prescribed by Einstein's general theory of relativity. And there's the oft-repeated saying, matter tells space how to curve, space tells matter how to move. So space has curvature in the presence of matter and energy. Curve in towards it. The ultimate expression of that.
All the truck coming behind us is insane.
That's like saying, let's take a moon.
You see now.
The moon is basically a different story. Wow. Right, because it's just a light.
See.
It's a pretty sphere.
At the light, turn right onto Williamsburg Pike.
Don't do that. It's bad for the engine, man. We need to hide.
It makes us think we're the center of that sphere. But
Yeah, visual highway, you do
just because you're the center of the Next.
That's great. That's good stuff right there. Here we go. This is Chen Yun. It says, if we were to look at this brilliant microscope, will we see younger universe in all directions? Enveloping our bigger one now.
I have to rephrase that because as you look out, you see things not as they are, but as they were. Right? So you are looking at a younger and younger and younger universe. That's the whole point of cosmology. It allows the fact that it takes lifetime to get this allows us to see what the universe was doing in the past. If light traveled at infinite speed, you'd see the whole universe as it is now. There's no evidence of what it would once do. Because it takes lifetime to do.
you look out, you see a younger and younger and younger and younger universe until you see the Big Bang itself. And that is 14 right here, trying away from us.
Continue on Williamsburg Pike for half a mile.
Traki jede bitni. You said that was useless, right? Look how many trucks we fucking see. Look. Just keep going fucking straight. That's what we're gonna do right now. Stop talking. I don't have the phone. Look at the amount of trucks. Skip. It just keeps on going. Keep going with
Use
the
the left
35.
lanes to take the I-70 West ramp.
Give me your phone so I
Continue on
can guide your
I-70
ass.
West for 62 miles.
For another fucking minute. Okay then, we'll just what? We'll be going. Where?
All the mysteries in our Sweden and Canada.
There's love scene. Stop streaming. Not a good day, not a good title, not a good thumbnail. You always fucking fail.